this is Eric Warrior. Welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. I'm here back in Kiev, Ukraine. Spent some time in Odessa, now in Kiev. Tomorrow I head to Sydney, Australia. So taking you on this journey with me around the world. I'm in the middle of Independence Square here in Ukraine, or excuse me, in Kiev. And why don't you just pan around and take a look at some of the things, some of the buildings, the building up there, some of the monuments. So much history here. It's a really nice place to visit, and hope you get a chance to see this sometime. It's really fascinating. You kind of see different cultures and different people from around the world. But today, what I want to talk to you about is I recently had a dinner with a top network marketing professional here in Ukraine. And I had this conversation because I love having these conversations. This is a woman who's made over $1 million a year inside of our profession. Very, very good at what she does. Has organizations all across Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan. And my conversation, I ended up asking the question, because I love asking this question, how is it different here in Russia? How is it different in the Ukraine? How is it different in this part of the world as far as network marketing is concerned? And she smiled like everybody does, and she says, well, I'm glad you asked, because there are some main differences. She named 3 of them. Difference number 1, she said, you have to understand, people came out of a communist government. And this is a very difficult transition for many people. This is decades and generations of programming a certain kind of mindset. So you have to understand, the first thing is they say people in this culture don't trust big money, because big money to them equals something that's illegal. So if you're making big money, you have to be doing something wrong in order to be able to make big money. So that was the first thing. Second thing that she said is people here have been programmed not to dream, not to have personal dreams. It's okay, all good for the state, good for government, good for the people, but not good for the individual. So they've been programmed to not to dream, or if they dream really small, don't dream really big. And the third thing that she said because of all the transitions that they've all gone through, people here are very slow to trust. It takes time. You have to build relationships, and then they trust, and then they will do business with you. And I nodded and I listened to all this, and it was really fascinating to me, because we've talked about this before on the show, how similar we all are around the world. Because when you think about it, yes, I get it, that this is a communist, has a communist history here. So it was a transition for people. So I get that. However, I think if you take a look at network marketing anywhere in the world, people would think, 1, if you're making big money, it must be illegal. If you're making big money and have a nice lifestyle, for sure something has to be wrong. So that's the first thing, and that's true in the United States, that's true in Asia, that's true everywhere. Number 2, the idea that people are afraid to dream. I'll tell you, in the United States, yes, we are hopeful for the American dream, but you know what? People in the United States have been programmed too. They've been programmed not to dream, or if they dream, not to dream too high. That's true everywhere in the world. People have been taught to be part of a system where they're just a piece. They're building somebody else's dream all the time. That's what they've been taught to do, not to build their own. That's true everywhere in the world. And 3, trust is difficult to have. And you know what? Trust is difficult to build anywhere in the world. It takes time. That's why we talk about when people try and immediately get people to join their opportunity with crazy expectations, wild, out of control, you can get rich overnight. and they're trying to say, hi, I want to be your best friend, now sign up for my business. People don't trust that. And I will tell you, no matter how good technology gets, it takes time for you to build a relationship with somebody. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want to tell you more than anything. Here, I'm in Kiev, Ukraine. We're the same everywhere in the world. The same. In all the ways that really matter. There are small cultural differences, yes. But in the big things that matter, we're the same. And so, what I want you to do, number one, don't create terrible, crazy expectations with the people that you bring, because all it does is scare them that this probably is not legitimate. Number two, work with people to help them start dreaming again, because their dreams are possible. And three, focus on building relationships and building a bridge of trust, because if you do those things, then everything will come to you. So my wish for you, as always, is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro. It is a fact that we have a better way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go tell the world. So here from Kiev, Ukraine, and soon to be Sydney, Australia, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.